Good evening. We present the news summary. The program of the National Assembly was the main subject of the First Leaders Forum of the new administration that took place at State House this morning. It was chaired by President Wewel Ramkalawan and present were Vice President Ahmed Afif, Speaker of the National Assembly Roger Mancienne, Deputy Speaker Javier Henry, Leader of the Opposition Sébastien Pilet, Leader of Government Business Bernard Georges, and the Attorney General Frank Ali. President Ramkalawan said the executive and legislative discussed how they could work better together, and he said it would be an open-door approach.
We are hoping that there will be certain pieces of legislation that the Assembly will discuss and approve. We also looked at 2021, given that the budget will not be presented this year, but in January. This means that the State of the Nation address will be done on the 5th of January, followed by the usual debate. And the week after, the Minister of Finance will present the budget, and then, of course, the National Assembly will do the scrutiny on the budget. But they have to give the country a budget by the 31st of January. So we looked at how we can work better together, and I made it clear that it's an open-door approach. Whenever the Assembly feels there are issues that they want to discuss with the executive, the door is wide open, and I extended the same courtesy to the Leader of the Opposition, telling him that he can always be in touch with me, and I will also contact him when the need arises, and if he wants to come and meet me here, the door will be open and we will discuss whatever issues.
The minister responsible for transport visited the airport this morning. Minister Anthony Dejac was accompanied by Principal Secretary Alain Renaud. During his visit, he got to see the airport management office, the International Arrival Lounge, and the newly Emergency Operations Center. After the visit, he met with the SCA Executive Management Team, where he got to learn about the operations of SCA, its policies, strategies, and challenges.
For example, on land use, on their concepts of the future concerning the laws and conventions, on making sure that Seychelles is accredited further. That is, we have all our certificates in place to continue operations at the airport. Financial-wise, the operations cost more than what is coming in by at least 10 million rupees per month. So there are shortcomings because of the economic crisis, which was brought to my attention. There are shortfalls in view of the projects which they wish to implement, and they're looking at financing for the future. NSCA has planned for now, cutting down its costs and operation costs, that is, and certain arrangements with its workers, like allowances, and it's putting in place projects for the future.
The Truth, Reconciliation and National Unity Commission, TRNUC, was before the court again today. This was in relation to the case in which the Attorney General, on behalf of the Seychelles Police, is asking for an injunction so that the Commission does not listen to some cases in which the police are still investigating, and also cases in which the Supreme Court has already given their verdict. The prosecutor from the Attorney General's office, Stefan Knight, says the Commission is investigating cases outside of its mandate which could interfere with police work.
One of the reasons for this is that the Supreme Court judges have already given their authoritative findings and judgment in these matters. So they have determined who is guilty or who is not guilty of a particular offense. And our position is that the Commission cannot now go and review a decision of the Supreme Court judge or a judge of the Court of Appeal. I mean, the commissioners may have a different view, but we take a different view to this. And the matter is now in the court's hands and they will decide, if the commission is correct, well, then the commission can continue its matters. But if the commission is incorrect, well, then the commission should not continue to do something that is unlawful. And one of the things that, I think it's important also to point out is that the Commissioner of Police or the Attorney General, they're not trying to prevent the commission from doing its lawful activities or lawful work. What they're trying to do is to ensure that no one accuses government of abuse in any process or misuse of powers or anything of that sort.
Political parties have until tomorrow, the 7th of November, to remove all billboards which they erected for their campaigns for the general elections. These include billboards erected on private properties and in housing estates. Failure to do so may result in the forfeiture of the 25,000 rupees deposit.
The law said that within 14 days after the election, all parties have to remove all boards and posters erected for the election. So far, they have until the 7th of November to do so. In the event that they do not comply, the Road Transport Commission will seek the assistance of a contractor and will use the deposit of 25,000 rupees that have been put since the first day to do the job.
The DoubleTree by Hilton Seychelles Alameda Resort and Spa is building its database of potential employees for the future. This is through recruitment fairs, which Hilton Seychelles organize on a regular basis. Today, staff of the Alameda Resort and Spa were at the Ansoyal Community Center to recruit potential employees. The HR director for Hilton Seychelles, Mrs. Juditha Jeremy, said about 30 visitors visited the fair during the course of the day. Alameda employs over 100 employees who are mostly Seychellois. It is just reopening its doors to locals after hosting Arab tourists and hospitality workers in quarantine for the past months.
It's not because we have a lot of open positions. It's just for us to have a database because we know that surely business might come up. So as Alameda, as you know, it's a little bit in the south. So it's very important for us to have a proper database so that when business pick up slowly, then at least we have our database that we can call candidates for them to join.
The Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired organized a training session for its members on how to use the white cane. Those who are blind or visually impaired were taught how to properly use the white cane so that they may lead more autonomous lives. The association was established in 2018, and to mark its second anniversary, the training session was organized following a donation of white canes by the Rotary Club. Rosabelle Waro, who facilitated the session, is advocating for more to be done so that those who are blind or visually impaired can develop their full potential and be fully integrated in society.
I would say the main obstacles we have on the education side, because we don't have, it's very limited. We've got the exceptional school. The teachers are really doing their best there. But like they say, they sometimes don't have the right equipment. There are no children who, except now we've got a pilot project going on in Plaisance, but there are no children who are going to mainstream. And if you want to take children to mainstream, you've got to have all the adaptations, all the accessories, the equipment. The teachers have to be, up to date and ready with the right training to take these children.
And this was the news summary. Thank you for your attention.